Good afternoon. I hope you are finding yourself well. Today is the first day of December. God bless. God bless America. God bless the whole world, wherever you guys are watching from. It is the first month of December. It's the last month of the year. And next thing you know, we're going to be in the year 2026. So I hope you guys find yourself blessed. I hope that you guys are giving God thanks for a new day of the month. So anyways, let me get into what I'm going to be teaching about. So I'm going to be teaching about how many people do not receive their healing. Many people do not receive their healing. And I'm going to tell you why. Some of you might know the answer already. But I'm going to start reading from the book of Luke chapter 8 verses 43 and 48. So in verse, give me one moment, I'm looking at my notes here. So I'm not going to read all the verses. I'm actually just going to do like a little summary. But again, that was the book of Luke chapter... Oh my goodness, I'm losing my spot here. So Luke chapter 8, verses 43 to 48. So, in verse... So let me tell you what's going on in this story. So Jesus is walking, right? And there's a multitude of people. There's a lot of people around him, touching him, next to him, right? They're not giving him space. They're just next to him, right? He's walking, right? In this town. And verse 45, he says, "Who touched me?" Because somebody touched him. And one of the disciples told him, "What do you mean who touched you? Everybody's touching you." And then in verse 46, he says, "Somebody touched me and power came out from me." So he's trying to find out who touched him. Although everyone is touching him, but he's talking about no, 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 no. Somebody touched me and power came out of me. Now, I am going to read verse 47. Verse 47. And when the woman saw that she was not hid, she came trembling and falling down before him. She declared unto him before all the people for what cause she had touched him, and how she was healed immediately. And he said unto her, so now this is what Jesus told her, "Daughter, be of good comfort. Thy faith has made thee whole. Go in peace." So again, that was the book of Luke chapter 8 verses 43 to 48. Go ahead and read that. So what happened there? So when somebody touched him, power came out of him, right? This woman had an issue of blood for 12 years. Something that the doctors, nobody could figure out why she had this bleeding from a woman's area. She had this bleeding for 12 years. And when she heard that Jesus was in town and she heard the crowd, she came out in faith from her home. She came out in faith and said, "Only if I can touch his garment." So that is what she did. She reached for Jesus' garment, the edge of his garment, his clothing. She barely touched the end of it. And she said, "Only if I can touch him, I will be healed." Now, why did she receive? She didn't even talk to Jesus. She didn't ask for a prayer. She didn't ask no one to pray. She just said, with faith, "Only if I can touch his garment, I will be healed." And that's exactly what happened. And that's what Jesus told her, "Daughter, be of good comfort. The faith has made thee whole. Go in peace." So that is the reason why many people have not received their healing, because they do not have faith. And in Hebrews, the book of Hebrews chapter 11, it talks about faith. It is impossible to please God if you do not have faith. So again, read this book, Luke chapter 8, verses 43 to 47, 48. It's a really good story. And like I just summarized it. Like I said, a lot of people don't receive their healing because they do not have faith. You need to have faith. and you will receive your healing. That is a message from God to you today. And He chose this passage for me to share, to talk about faith. That if you don't have faith, you cannot please God. If you don't have faith, things in your life will not come to pass. Do not let the spirit of doubt come to your mind, or the spirit of fear come to you when you're trying to get closer to God, when you're trying to ask God for something, when you're wanting a breakthrough, healing, whatever it is. Don't let that attack you. Stay in prayer. And if you have to, because I've done this before, if you have to ask God to increase your faith, tell Him, and He will. He will help you with it. God bless. Take care, and Jesus Christ is King.